Hello friends. Oftentimes, someone may ask you about your curriculum vitae, that is your CV, but you expecting them to ask for your resume. Why it happens? Because we are not able to understand the exact difference between your CV, curriculum vitae, resume, and biodata. So friends, in today's lecture, we are going to discuss about what is the exact difference between curriculum vitae, resume, and biodata. Most of the time, we are not able to understand the exact difference between these three things. And therefore, when someone asks you about your CV, we expected them to ask resume. Someone asked you about your biodata, but we are always in the mood of confusion because we are not able to understand how resume is different from biodata and how biodata is different from curriculum vitae. So let's start the discussion about how resume is different from CV, and at the same time how these three concepts are little bit different from each other. So let's start the discussion with very important word, and that is resume. Because nowadays when you apply for job, most of the time they expected to send them resume, but we are always in the mood of confusion. So let's start the discussion with resume. Actually, resume is a French word and the meaning of that word is summary. Then the question is summary about what? So let's have some more discussion about this resume. A resume is ideally a summary of one's educational skills and employment when applying for a job. And this is what we call the very important thing which we need to understand. Again, I deliberately repeat the sentence. A resume is ideally a summary of one's educational skills and employment. Means the resume is all about someone's education, someone's different types of skills and employment when someone is going to apply for a job, and that is the most important thing. Okay. A resume does not list all details of your profile, but only some specific skills customized to the target job profile. Means as per the requirement of that job, you can create your resume. Okay, means not all the detail you need to put there, okay, related to your family, related to your what we call personal things, but definitely your education, your skills should be there. So you need to customize your resume as per the requirement of job profile. Okay, then it does is usually one or at least or at the most 2 pages long. And this is very important thing when we try to differentiate curriculum vitae with resume. This thing should be very important. Okay, it usually one or at the most 2 pages long. Then a resume is usually written in the third person to give it an objective and formal tone. This is very important rule, that resume should be written in the third person, okay, to give it an objective and formal tone. It look like formal. That's the intention behind that. Okay. Now let's have some discussion about curriculum vitae. Usually we call it CV. Okay, so curriculum vitae is originally it is a Latin word, and the meaning of this word is course of life, the course of whole life of that person. Okay, so definitely as per the meaning of this word, we can easily understand this is all about the minute detail of that person, though it is personal, professional, and other things. It is more detailed than a resume, generally 2 or 3 pages. Okay, try to understand the difference between resume and curriculum vitae. In the resume, it may be one or it might be one or maximize 2 pages, okay? But here in curriculum vitae, generally it is 2 or 3 pages or even longer as per the requirement, okay? Just imagine if you are applying for a job of professor, assistant professor in a senior college, then definitely your research experience, your research papers, your journals, all the important things should be there. So it may longer than other types of curriculum vitae, okay? So it is definitely related to requirement of that particular job. So CV list every skill, okay? That is the most important thing. Means you need to put every skill in that CV, curriculum vitae, all the jobs and positions held, degrees, professional affiliations, the applicant has acquired, and in a chronological order. And that is the most important thing, okay? Means in the curriculum vitae, your skills, your degrees, your professional affiliations, okay, your what we call achievements should be in a chronological order, okay? Then the most important thing in curriculum vitae is used to highlight the general talent of the candidate rather than specific skills for a specific position. And this is very important. You know why we are providing CV, why we are attached curriculum vitae with the mail to that particular company, to that particular authority. The reason is it is not generally for the sake of just checking your talent, but it is more than that. It highlights the general talent of the candidate rather than specific skills for a specific position. Means just imagine if they required a particular type of engineer, okay, electronic and telecommunication engineer, for the sake of your better understanding, we just take this example. It doesn't means you just need to provide only related thing to them, okay? Though you are applying for a job of engineer, but you can put all your details, your hobbies, your interest in that particular document, and that is curriculum vitae, okay? So it includes educational or education, means all your educational details should be there, your skills, which skills you already acquired and which skills you need to acquire after taking or after joining the job, okay? Then your work experience about your previous jobs, okay, chronologically. Then your achievements exactly from your school times, okay? Awards, different types of awards, honors, special honors, sometime about certificates, special scholarships, okay? You should give all the details. Then your research projects, your publications, your research paper, your what we call uh, in the journal, when it published, where it published, okay? All the details you need to put there, and your professional references. At the same time, the most important thing you should keep in your mind, especially in the relevance of curriculum vitae, and that is hobbies and interests should be there, okay? So this is quite long list, and therefore we called curriculum vitae is a course of life. Means you need to put all the details in that curriculum vitae, okay, as compared to resume. Now let me tell you something about the third and most important concept in this circle, and that is biodata, okay? You know, the meaning of biodata is different as per the country, okay? The meaning of biodata in Australia and America is different than India, because when in India we use the word biodata, most of the time it is all about your personal details, especially for the sake of marriage proposals, okay? Generally we use this word for that, but let's have some discussion about this biodata also, okay? Biodata is the short form of biographical data and is an archaic terminology for resume or curriculum vitae. Okay, so as per resume, we know that resume is a French word and the meaning of that word is summary. Then we have curriculum vitae is a Latin word and the meaning of that word is course of life. And now biodata is a short form of biographical data of that person. Okay, and is an archaic terminology for resume and curriculum vitae. In a biodata, the focus is on personal particulars like, means which types of personal particulars are there. We have a list for that. Number one, date of birth should be there, your gender, your religion. Okay, means this is too much personal. Okay, all the personal information should be there: date of birth, gender, religion, race, your nationality, your photograph, most of the time your marital status, then your residence, where exactly you are going to live. Okay, correspondence residence or your permanent residence, then your height, your complexion, your family information, means about your family, about your dad, mom, what about your brother, sister, and all the family. Okay, then your educational background, the most important thing, your work experience. Sometime, remember, exactly from this educational background, work experience, and interest, this is not what we call the compulsory thing in biodata. Okay, but yes, definitely you can put there this thing also, your work experience, your interest and hobbies, and like that. So all these things should take place in biodata. So a chronological listing of education and experience comes after that. Okay, means we have a particular framework for that biodata. Okay, the most important thing, your photograph should be there, and it starts from your name, date of birth, gender, religion, race, nationality, your marital status, height, your family information, and then chronologically your educational background, your work experience, then your hobbies, interest, about your profession, about your life. It should be in a chronological order, and that is the most important thing. Okay, so in generally, three concepts are there, okay, which we need to understand clearly. Number one, CV, that is curriculum vitae, then resume, and then biodata. Okay, so we have one chart for the sake of very basic comparison between these three things. Okay, so you can see on the screen, in the biodata, one page consisting attributes, hobbies, interest, educational qualification of a person. Okay, so definitely in generally we can call it, your biodata is just have a one page document. Okay, what about resume? One or two pages. Okay, means definitely your resume is bigger than your biodata. Okay, so 1 to 2 pages, and it is, as I already told you, the meaning of the word summary of your skills, your educational qualification, experience of person, and the third and most important concept, that is curriculum vitae. Okay, CV. So this is a longer, more detailed synopsis indicating professional experience of a person, and at the same time your professional as well as personal life. So both the things are important in curriculum vitae. So now let me summarize all the three things. Okay, the use of biodata, especially we are talking about India. Okay, in India, so in India, the use of biodata, two most important purposes are there. Okay, the purpose is very important as per the use of these three things. When we think about biodata, it may be about your, for the sake of your marriage proposals, Sometimes it is the requirement of different types of authorities. Okay, so definitely these two things are there. What about resume? Most of the time or oftentimes they just ask you about your resumes, especially for the sake of jobs. Okay, so you should keep one thing in your mind, that it is just 1 or 2 page document, not more than that. Okay, that is your resume. And if you want to put all the details, okay, all the details about your what we call personal as well as professional life, the minute detail about personal and professional life, then just turn towards the curriculum vitae. So this is what we call the very basic difference between these three things: the biodata, resume, and CV. So friends, these three things are really important. At the same time, the understanding between the difference between these three things is really important. Okay, so after understanding the proper difference between these three things, it is your choice to use which document exactly in which place. Okay, and don't be same mistake again. If someone asked you about your resume, you need to send them your resume, not your curriculum vitae. And if someone asks you about your thorough details about your personal as well as professional life, then you need to send them your curriculum vitae. So this is what we call the very basic difference between biodata, resume, and curriculum vitae. So that's all about the very important topic, the difference between biodata, resume, and curriculum vitae. So thank you so much. See you in the next lecture.